we did our job, the best one as we can, but now still there is a chance for the national parliaments to discuss and to approve what we have achieved.
The United States previous administration wanted to get rid of the Hungarian government because we were opposing their war policy, we were not on the same side. And they will use that funds to promote the opposition. It's always how it is framed.
I spent already more than 30 years in international politics. And may I say that I've never seen things like that.
In Hungary, and so far as I understood, there is among the participants, there is zero tolerance on antisemitism.
The European Union is nothing else, just the community and alliance of the nations and the states. And nobody can circumvent the intentions and the will of the elected governments of any nation. Neither the European Parliament nor the Commission, nobody. Because European Union is the unity of the nations.
What I know is that there is a new president of United States who is saying it should be stopped, that United States taxpayers' money is sent to a country which is an ally of United States to overthrow the government which was democratically elected 4 times with 2/3 of the majority by the Hungarian people.
USAID, run by radical lunatics, and we're getting them out, and then we'll make a decision.
So we fight for our rights. We reject it to be blackmailed or forced to do something which is not acceptable for our nations. And that was a good outcome for the future of Europe, because now it's obvious that Europe can continue only as the community of the nations.
President Trump is representing the interest of United States, and my Prime Minister represents the interest of Hungary, and we have some shared visions, shared problems we want to solve, and we are ready to cooperate.
Viktor Orbán has done a tremendous job in so many different ways. Highly respected all over Europe. You've done a good job, and you've kept your country safe. We'll be discussing trade, very much so, and lots of other subjects.
Obviously, we know our role. I mean, the United States is a leading superpower. Hungary is a small state in the middle of Europe, but we are ready to cooperate, and we are very happy to see that the new American leadership is picking up topics which are also important for the Hungarian people.
May I just say here that we are proud that so many Hungarians contributed to the tremendous progress of the United States. First of all, to strengthen our strategic alliance, then to discuss global political issues, because so many changes are going on and we have some similar approaches. And I would like to express that we are proud to stand together with the United States on fighting against illegal migration, on terrorism, and to protect and help the Christian communities all around the world.
We mentioned migration, so fighting, pushing back illegal migration, that's a top priority for us as well. And before President Trump, during the Biden administration, it wasn't the policy. So the State Department and the foreign affairs environment was pushing the allies of United States towards another direction. They were promoting migration, they were promoting gender ideology, they were trying to get rid of with the Christian conservative roots, and this was not good for Hungary. This is not what the Hungarian people voted for. So we are very happy to see the change, and we hope there will be a strong cooperation between United States and Hungary, as it should be between allies.
The Biden administration did more to destroy free speech, not just in the United States, but also in Europe, than any administration in American history. I'm not even blaming the Europeans. I'm actually saying you follow the lead of Joe Biden into censorship and mass migration. Follow the lead of Donald J. Trump, and that's free speech, borders, and sovereignty. That is the future for our shared civilization.
American people and American taxpayers' money were used for pushing liberal progressive ideology. They were financing the opposition directly and indirectly, opposition media, opposition NGOs. You cannot allow that politics is financed by a foreign country. It doesn't matter which country it is. It's a question of sovereignty, whether you are ready to preserve your sovereignty, which means that no foreign funding in politics, and this is what they were doing. And we are very happy that this operation seems to be stopping.
To crush inflation by slashing spending, I imposed an immediate federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, and a foreign aid freeze we're given to countries that hate us. We're giving billions and billions of dollars to countries that hate us. And I signed an order creating the Department of Government Efficiency. You probably haven't heard of it, which is now waging war on government waste, fraud, and abuse. And Elon is doing a great job. I withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord. It was a disaster. I terminated the Green New Scam. One of the greatest hoaxes ever played on this country is the Green New Scam. We spent trillions of dollars on this nonsense. I'm dealing with President Zelensky, I'm dealing with President Putin, and I'm going to try and get the war settled, and I'm going to try and get all that death ended.
I think that they can get an offer where it's their interest to end the war. So there is a possibility to sit down with the Russians and reach a deal with them. The problem is this: we Hungarians were warning the West for like 3 years that, according to our understanding, this strategy that the Ukrainians are fighting and the West is financially and militarily support them from outside, it's not going to work because the time is on the Russian side, and if the time goes on, they will be stronger, the Ukrainians will be weaker, and the willingness on the Western side to continue the support will be also weaker.
What President Trump, what makes him such an effective negotiator, I've seen this in private, is that he doesn't take anything off the table. When he walks into negotiation, he says everything is on the table. And of course, that makes the heads explode in the American media because they say, why are you talking to Russia? Well, how are you going to end the war unless you're talking to Russia? You've got to talk to everybody involved in the fighting if you actually want to bring the conflict to a close. And I know the president does. I'll tell you the goals that animate President Trump's policy. It's really simple. He wants the killing to stop. He wants to bring lasting peace to Europe. He doesn't just want to stop it now and have the war restart a month from now. He wants to bring lasting peace to Europe because the president believes this, and he's absolutely right. Peace is in the interest of Russia, it's in the interest of Ukraine, it's in the interest of Europe, but most importantly, peace is in the interest of the American people, and he's going to fight for it for the remainder of his administration. Wherever war breaks out, he's going to be the president of peace.
Americans voted for Trump mainly because, at least at the foreign policy era, they want also to see the end of this war. The situation, unfortunately, since then became critical because the Russians are proceeding, but I still think that there is a possibility to find a compromise and to end this war. And this is why I'm very optimistic to see that the negotiations started.
I think we're pretty close to a deal, and we better be close to a deal, because that has been a horrible situation. It would have never happened if I were president, but I just want you to know we're working on that. That's a very big part of it. And I don't like talking about it because we're in the middle of negotiations. It would have never happened. There was no way. Russia was never going to go in, and they went in because of a lot of reasons, and so many people are dead. Far more people are dead than you're reading about. That would have never, if I were president, zero chance that a shot would even have been fired. Wouldn't have happened. So sad.